Most SaaS companies waste thousands on the wrong ad platform, but burn cash with LinkedIn ads, hoping to capture bottom funnel buyers while they're actively searching elsewhere. Over the next 8 minutes, I'm going to take you through when to use Google ads, when to use LinkedIn ads, and how to use them together so that you're not leaving any money on the table for your SaaS. Quick intro about myself. My name is Paul Rooney. I'm the co-founder of Rooney. We're a paid ads agency exclusively for B2B and SaaS brands. I've personally been managing Google ads and LinkedIn ads for over 7 years now. And during that time, I've been able to see what works, what doesn't work, and when brands misallocate their budget to the wrong ad platform. Let's start with Google Ads and what you need to understand for SaaS brands. The bulk of your budget will be going towards search ads. This is driving bottom of funnel in market traffic. This isn't somebody scrolling through their feed or doing some basic research. They're comparing options and they're ready to make a decision. The downside of Google search ads is that the cost per clicks can be quite expensive compared to other ad platforms because you're almost paying a premium for this high intent in market traffic. You do typically see a better conversion rate with Google search compared to other ad platforms. And then a second kind of bonus, Google search is mainly text based, so there is low creative intensity. Now let's talk LinkedIn. This is a completely different animal. You're going to be using this ad platform for demand generation and capture, getting your ad banners in front of your ICP while they're scrolling on LinkedIn. And the main goal is trying to get them from the awareness stage into the consideration set before they're even searching for your SaaS brand or solution that you can provide. LinkedIn does have cheaper cost per clicks versus Google. Typically for our own SaaS clients, we see the cost per click range between 12 to 20 euro, and that is with really strong creative. If you are running boring stock imagery banners, your ads are going to be invisible. There is more creative intensity with LinkedIn ads, and you need to be continually adding new ads. So those are the platforms at a high level, but let's actually look at the core differences when you're deciding where to spend your ad budget. First up is audience intent, and this is the biggest difference between the two platforms. With LinkedIn, you can prospect to your ICP based off of job title, industry, company name, seniority, things like this, but there's no guarantee that they're actually in market. You're just targeting them while they're scrolling through their feed. While with Google Ads, you are capturing in-market traffic. There's a reason that they're searching, and you'll typically see a much better conversion rate and purchase intent with Google compared to LinkedIn. The next core difference between the two ad platforms is targeting. For Google Ads, targeting will be based off of the keywords that you actually want to bid on. The three keyword teams that work best for our own SaaS clients are category terms, capability terms, and competitor terms. With SaaS, you're going to be paying a high cost per click. So you just want to make sure that the clicks that you're paying for, there's high intent behind it, and you're not just wasting budget on irrelevant traffic, irrelevant clicks. For LinkedIn, the targeting is a little bit more structured. With that, you'll be building out your ICP based off of the industry that they're in, company size, seniority level, and job title. The next core difference is ad creative, and this certainly favors Google Ads with its mainly text-based ads. When you are writing ad copy, try and keep it benefit and outcome oriented, and don't go over the top with brand messaging or brand slogans. These don't resonate with somebody seeing your ad for the very first time and they want to kind of see an immediate outcome. When it comes to LinkedIn, you do need much stronger creative and regularly putting in fresh banners to avoid ad fatigue. Typically, you can hope for a click-through rate above 1.5% if you're really narrowing in on your ICP with some strong creative. This illustration is to show where each ad platform lives in the funnel. LinkedIn wins out with awareness. You're showing your ads to your ICP and you're creating that demand generation for your SaaS brand. When it comes to Google and consideration, this comes out on top as you're showing search ads to people that are actively Googling for a SaaS, for a solution. They're evaluating their options. And when it comes to the decision phase, actually both channels work here. And the best SaaS brands run ads to both platforms for the decision stage. Google search can maybe get it over the line, but LinkedIn remarketing can maybe push that warm lead just over the edge to become a paying customer. Let's talk costs and some of the metrics that you can expect from each platform. For Google, you can expect a cost per click in the range of 15 to 35 euro. For LinkedIn, it's closer to 12 euro 50 to 20 euro. This is primarily because you're going after SaaS customers, and there is just always a premium with this type of industry. As far as click-through rate goes, for Google, somewhere in the range of 4 to 10%, and for LinkedIn, if your ad banners and ad creative is really optimized for the ICP that you're going after, somewhere in the range of 0.5 to 1.5%. In terms of landing page conversion rate, you can typically expect a much higher percentage from Google Ads, purely because of the intent behind the traffic from Google compared to LinkedIn. The budget reality for most SaaS brands, if you are spending below 10,000 euro per month, Google Ads likely won't be a great fit for you. When you are spending somewhere between 15 to 35 euro per click, that budget quickly will run out. When to use Google Ads for your SaaS? You should use Google Ads when people are actively searching for your solution, so there is decent search volume behind the keywords that you want to go after. Another strong indicator is if you have competitors running their own Google search ads. This is a strong indication that they're seeing results with Google search, and you should be doing likewise. As for LinkedIn ads, when to use it, if job titles, company names, industry, things like that specifically hit your ICP, that's a strong signal to use LinkedIn. If it is a new or emerging SaaS category, so there isn't a ton of relevant search volume on Google yet, or you're not seeing a ton of competitors bid there, that's a good signal that maybe they're not seeing too much success there. But here's what the best SaaS brands do. They run ads on both platforms. They use LinkedIn to generate demand for your ICP, maybe if they're unaware that your SaaS exists. They use Google search to capture in-market customers. And then lastly, they use LinkedIn and Google remarketing to re-engage customers that visit the site but didn't take an action, perhaps didn't book a demo, didn't sign up for a free trial. Really, this is how you build a full funnel acquisition strategy where you include multiple channels and there's multiple touch points to your ICP. Most SaaS brands are leaving money on the table because either they're all in on the one platform or they're running both, but they're doing it poorly. If you do need help figuring out which platforms make sense for your SaaS brand, or you're running campaigns actively and they're not quite hitting targets, you can book in a 30-minute call with myself or my co-founder. I'll leave a link in the description. If you found this video helpful, I'll be dropping videos every week on paid acquisition for SaaS and B2B brands. But thanks a million for taking the time to watch the video, and see you in the next one.